Alright, what's going on, Sexual Trend Sources? I'm doing a review of this. Now, this is a rather infamous, well, kind of infamous gun because, for a while it was one of the few only affordable UMPs. This is the, Double Eagle UMP. I know Double Eagle, they usually make only L pegs, but, you know, this is their try the actual AEG market. Before purchasing this, I looked at a bunch of reviews saying, like, oh, it's shit, no, it's crap, and then I also saw reviews saying that, you know, it was actually pretty decent, and it was good for the price, and I went on the MAA, the Mr. Airsoft forum, to see what they thought about it, and, you know, I got negativity, but, you know, me being me, I bought it anyway. And, it arrived to me. I've had this for about a month. Took it out to one game, and, well, I'll tell you how it went. But first, let's talk about the actual gun. Now, the actual gun is, pretty much plastic, but it's not cheap plastic like you find in those Lancer Tacticals. I actually think this gun, a little spoiler, this gun I honestly think is a better deal than those Lancer Tacticals, because this feels a lot better than those Lancer Tacticals. It really, really does. The rails, the bottom rail, I kept that on, but these side rails I took off. They're metal. The rails are metal. The top rail is metal. As you can see, for as tradition, I have those cheap Double Eagle red dots on it. When I got mine, it was actually on sale on Airsoft Megastore for like 80 bucks. It didn't come with this red dot or the flashlight or the laser sight. It just came with the gun and a battery. But, you know, I'm not complaining. A little side note, these Double Eagle red dots, I actually keep these because, you know, you can sight them in, there's an actual red crosshair in them, you can adjust them, and for cheap little sights until they stop working, they're pretty nice to use. I know, people are going to hate on me, but that's what I do. Right, on more to the gun. Start the business end. The flash hider is not 14mm, sadly. I think you can get other UMP conversion kits to where it's 14mm. I know you can get them for the UMP UMG, not the G&G UMG, and the what is it, Elite Force? Yeah, Elite Force UMP. I know you can get those. The sight's actually metal. I forgot to mention that. That's also metal. The sling thing that you see on G36s also, this is metal. I have a magnet here so I can show what's metal. Alright. That's metal. Rails are pop metal. Oh, there we go. Oh wait, that's a screw. Forget I said that. Anyway. Then you get down to the top receiver. Again, there are rails here. They're just normal screws like this, but I took those off. The bolt, it does lock back like that, so you can do the HK slap, which everybody loves. This is gonna sound foolish, but this is the reason why I didn't get the Elite Forces, because this is too fun. And this is tough plastic. This is metal. Doing this is not gonna break it. It really isn't. And doing that, like on most H&K guns, exposes the hop up. The hop is adjustable, of course. One thing weird about this gun, on this side, you have a bolt catch. That works. So, you can pull the bolt back. I don't want the hop up back. Or, you can do this, see it's forward, press that bolt catch in, and you know the hop up will still stay open, which I don't really get. I don't know why it's there. I guess it's for realism, but you know, you can just pull this thing up. I don't see why you need that, but you know, it does work. Let me see if I can show you the thing. Or I'll show you it again. And put it on the other side. Alright. The fire selector, it clicks positively. I like the click. You'll know when you're on semi-automatic or full. I can maybe see it getting bumped, but have to be under like an extreme circumstance in order to get bumped. What I kind of noticed, maybe this is on the real one, but on this side, the imprints are kind of in a funky position. It just doesn't look great. But yeah, it is ambidextrous. The stock does fold. Folds positively. That's not going anywhere. And it clicks back in positively. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. What else can we talk about? Oh, the rate of fire is actually really nice. With a fully, well, maybe a fully to half charged battery, it has a consistent rate of fire. The range, you're gonna get a good 100 feet with your .20s on this thing. I mean, oh yeah, there's also 3 different sling mounts. Here, here, and here. With this gun also included one of those cheap double eagle slings you get the Yellow Pegs. Just don't use them for any gun. I mean, if you're gonna use a sling that comes with the gun, use those really somewhat decent slings to get with sniper rifles. But the slings that come with this now, when you put in the battery, how you do that? You fold the stock, and there's a little door right here. You just get your nail in right there, and that's where your battery goes. Here's your my connector. I had a battery to show you how that kind of works. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Here we go. Okay, so here's your standard 8.4. It just goes in there. You gotta get it like the right, not really angle, but like at the right twist. Hold on. But it's really not all that hard to get in there. See? Get in there. Put them together. Put it in there. Then you close it up. And then you're good. Good and ready to go. Let me just take this out real quick. Now, let's talk about the magazine. I have it here. Right here. This is the magazine. It has a small trap door right here. This holds about 340, I think. 340, 350 rounds in it. The wheel, it's a big wheel, so you're not digging your fingers or anything. It's a good wheel, and you're not gonna miss it or anything. And it actually takes a while to wind because you can see it's long, and they're all going like all the way up there. And another thing I really don't like about this magazine is the trap door is rather small. That I don't like. I see myself missing a few BBs and I'm pouring them in here. All UMPs pretty much are. All UMPs have pretty much compatible magazines. You can get the G&G or the. Why do you get Elite Force mid caps, and they will work in this. It just goes in like that. Looks nice in the gun. One thing I do have to say about the magazine. The magazine does feel a little bit cheap, so I would recommend grabbing some mid caps. And this thing has misfeeded once on me. I don't know if that's a problem with everybody else, but for me it's only misfed once. Now, let's take a look at the internals. Alright, we're looking at the internals of this gun, and I recommend before you go into any gun, I recommend you get one of these. These are just a lid off of something. I recommend you get a few. What I do, I have 2 of these, one for gearbox screws and one for normal regular screws on the external, but I'm not going to need them for this gun because all I really need to do is pop out these few pins. Alright, let's get going. If you want to get it apart, you see this screw right here. Just want to pop this out. Well, it's not really a screw, it's a pin. I think I said that. Oh wow. Pop that out. And then there's this one in the back. I'm going to pop this one out too. After you do that, you want to pull the charging handle back and you want to push the hop up forward. It's actually easy if you do it through the magazine port. After you do that, your gearbox is going to come free. Be careful because this will come out. And just real quick, if you want to get this out, I think this is how you do it. I'll do that later. But set that aside. And here's your gearbox. I partially already did it, but there's a pin right here that you're going to want to pop out. Next, you're going to want to take out those bottom hex screws that are right here. Not enough. There you go. Then you'll get your gearbox free. Now, let's talk about the gearbox as we see it now. The trigger's pretty huge on this thing. I don't know why that surprises me, but this top thing, I fucking hate these things, but this one's pretty nice because it's keeping the cords to the side. Usually what you find on AKs is that you just put these on there, and it's just mostly just a pain in the ass. The motor, I personally recognize this motor as on those the Pulse something, but it's, you know, double Eagles motor. Those Pulse AK-74s that you get at Walmart, those are actually made by Double Eagle. You can, the motor connectors, I don't know what the word for them are not soldered on, which I like. I also run some AUGs, and JG, what they do with pretty much all of their AUGs is that they solder these on, which I hate. Looking at the shims, they seem like they are way too over greased because they're seeping out of the shims. Yeah, see? Man, look at that. Alright, screwdriver time. Okay, with this, alright, I haven't actually taken this apart before. This is the first time. Let's just start taking out screws. This is probably not a smart thing to do, but hell, I'm doing it. Okay, that wasn't so hard. When you're taking your gearbox apart, make sure do not lose this tiny spring. This seems like something that you are going to lose pretty fast. I'm going to set that aside right now so there's just no risk in me losing it. Alright, now it's looking pretty standard. Let's get this baby apart. I'm actually going to pause this because I'm not going to record me taking out every screw, so you know. Alright, so gotten all the screws out. Now let's pop her open. No, wait, I forgot this. There we go. Oh god, I can kind of see the grease already. Oh, this is gonna be fun. The hell? Not coming apart for some reason. Well, it's starting to come now. There we go. And we're in. So as you can see, it's your standard version 3 gearbox. The piston looks okay. Let me grab my grease rag. Wipe all this excess grease off. Jeez, look at all that. Yeah, what do you expect? It's double Eagle. What I heard is that these things are shimmed very badly. I really didn't have much problems with my shims, but I'm gonna go ahead and reshim it anyway. God, look at all that. Alright, let's wash this up, and hopefully the shim, something like that, sticks to it. No. Oh, jeez. These things are plastered. There's that, the ZN, or NZ. The NZ gear. Well, I know this isn't called the NZ gear, but yeah, that's what the branding on them. Usually they have something, like the JG ones say GB, the ANK ones say ANK. Yeah, that's weird. Here's the anti-reversal latch. That thing's just covered in grease. Wow. The Chinese, man, they're not fucking around with the grease. They really aren't fucking around with that grease. Make sure not to lose your anti-reversal latch spring. I've done that before. That was a pain in the ass. Oops. Dropped the screwdriver. Probably not going to need it, but actually, yes, I will. I'll get that later, but let's get the tappet plate off real quick. The tappet plate, it's kind of hard to fuck up the tappet plate. Okay, let's look at the cylinder and the tappet plate. The tappet plate looks, it looks like there's nothing too bad with it. It's not too great, it's not too good. It just looks pretty stock standard. Not too worried about that. The nozzle, yeah, the nozzle looks fine. I mean, other than covered in grease. Now the cylinder and the cylinder head. The cylinder has, I don't know about that one. It feels dry, like it's like been in a dry place, and if I like try to like pick at it too much, it'll just crack in a bunch of places. You know what I'm talking about? The cylinder has a port on it. It's a ported cylinder. Cylinders I really don't worry too much about either, because it's kind of hard to mess up a cylinder. I mean, people have done it, but oh yeah, this one I'm not too worried about. The piston, however, is one of those pistons where the spring is like in there, like screwed in there, which I hate, but I'm not complaining about it. I'm not going to upgrade the spring anytime soon. Spring for the tappet plate. Oh yeah, let's do a review on the spring on the tappet plate. Fuck, I'm drawing a blank on what these are called, but these are plastic, which I'm not a big fan of. But I mean, they get the job done, but you know, it just seems like such a small thing just to make them metal. This one came off. Set this aside. Oh yeah, look at that. I think it looks black. Well, it probably is black, but yeah, just all that grease. Wow. And you know it's bad when you're looking at the gears and they're stained from all the grease. I've had that a few times. There's that. There we go. Got these washed off, but yeah, these internals, I mean, they're about JG quality, maybe a little, maybe around a JG well kind of quality. I love JGs, by the way. So yeah, you know, I'm honestly trying to think what people are finding so bad about these guns, honestly. I mean, I'm not having anything bad so far with these guns. I mean, the shims are not bad. It's not very badly shimmed, which it's a bit surprising to me, since that's one of the main gripes I've been hearing about. I'm not gonna mess with this. Anybody who's taken part of version 3 or version 2 knows this is a bitch. But internally, the only gripes I really have is that these are plastic, and that the cylinder head feels a little bit cheap. I'm not gonna make any upgrades to it now, but yeah. And the motor also isn't even that bad. It's keeping up real nice. It's a lot better than the silent motors I've been dealing with. I mean, who knows? This could be a silent motor. Let's see. ChowlyChin.com. You see there's a little. For some reason, there's a website. Didn't see that one coming. So, yeah, I'm gonna get this baby re-greased up. Got all the X6 grease off. Gonna put some lube in it, lube up the gears, and I'll be right back. Alright, here are the Chrono results of the Eagle UMP.